Yes.
All right. What's up, guys? Hot Takes with God. We're in a unfamiliar location, as you can see. This is my studio. This is where I do. Well, actually, right now I don't use it a ton. I gotta say. It's mostly where I do like more hardline production stuff. But anyway, if you're new watching, I'm Jackson.
And I'm Alex.
And so yeah, we're actually on schedule this week.
Yeah, this Saturday.
It's Saturday. It's kind of late in the day, but that's okay. Anyway, so this week I actually thought of a Marry Fuck Kill on the way over here. So it's actually Marry Fuck Kill Twin Peaks edition.
Oh, jeez.
So we got fucking Log Lady.
Okay.
Right? Log Lady.
Log Lady.
We got Laura's mom.
Okay. Wheelchair. No.
Crazy Lady. Screaming
Screaming.
Lady.
Yeah.
And then we got the redheaded lady with the one eye, the one good eye, that thinks she's in high school.
She's a hoss.
She's a hoss. You haven't seen it to me. She's a fucking hoss.
Yeah.
You think about that? I'm gonna get this going. Because we're multitasking today.
Multitasking. Nick.
Well, I'm multitasking today because.
Okay, so I feel like I gotta marry Log Lady.
Really, you're gonna marry Long Lady? Interesting.
I gotta marry her.
What's your?
She knows things.
She does know things. That's
She
true.
knows
Well,
everything.
the log knows things.
Yeah,
And
but she interprets.
She knows she can speak. She speaks for the log.
Speaks for the log.
She's kind
So
of
I'd
like
probably
a
marry
Lorax in
her.
a lot of ways.
I feel like as far as a
gosh.
long-term relationship, I'd get the most fulfillment from her.
Probably. I mean, I feel like she would take good care of you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's her.
She had a pretty dope cabin in the woods.
She'd have a super dope. I wonder if that's like where she lives, or is that like a
Yeah, it's gotta
vacation?
be her house.
You think so? I mean, yeah, she's Log Lady.
A log lady.
Yeah. What are the log feels about that?
And then I'm probably gonna fuck around with the crazy lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would kill Modine?
See,
or Maureen? Well, what is her name? Is that her name? Maureen? Modine? No, it's not Modine. That's the girl from. It's something like that.
Yeah.
I think it's Maureen. Maureen.
We
We watch a lot of Twin Peaks. We should know this, but I don't know. There's so many characters, and they're all so vibrant.
There's a lot.
Lifelike.
Now the issue with killing her is she just might not die,
Yeah, that's
and then she'll be angry.
Then she'll be quite upset.
She is absurdly strong.
She's absurdly fucking strong. Yes. She threw a grown man through like a shelving unit.
Yeah.
Like in the like entryway, like a see-through shelving unit in the entryway of a home.
All the way through.
All the way through it.
I mean, we've seen her in the weight
Pretty much
room. She's
yeah.
max.
Dominating. Yeah.
Doesn't
Easily.
care. Easily.
Yeah, that's true.
She's like
Yeah, at first it was like a reaction-based thing, but now that she's like had this brain thing happen, and she's like got this weird amnesia stuff. I guess like her body just isn't controlling it, so it's just all the time. It's just turned on.
Yeah.
I don't know how she's not in like immense pain.
She is.
She just doesn't know.
Yeah, she just doesn't know. Her brain's not
That's
telling
wild.
her.
That's crazy. That's crazy. This show is. If you haven't seen Twin Peaks, guys, you should really watch Twin Peaks. David Lynch is an interesting mind to get a slice of.
Oh, for sure. It's done like every single episode.
Something new.
Something new. Either
Every
new
time.
character, new plot line, something ends while opening doors to
something like 4 other things. Like,
Yeah.
It's intense.
It's
honestly.
crazy.
It's a lot. You can't. I would not recommend. I mean, if you're a loner, whatever, do your thing. But I would definitely recommend watching it with at least one other person, just because like you're gonna want someone to like talk to about the shit, because you're not gonna understand it.
And so much happens. You have to.
You have to have other
Like, you
people
miss a
catch
lot.
other things than you do, and then you like put it all back together afterwards. And it's like there's 3 of us, like our three, me and him and our other roommate, who are watching it together. and it's crazy the things that like each of us remember differently, and like but yeah, it's like necessary because obviously there's lots of things that I don't remember every time. But
There's
I
just
have
so
a
much.
notoriously bad memory as well. Yeah, there is just like so much going on. There's just so much information to take in that like it's impossible to make complete sense of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, you want to tell them what you're doing?
What I'm doing, sure.
Because you're doing it.
I am doing it. So this, like, the act of what I'm doing is just like cutting up film to go in sleeves. But like this project that I'm working on, I don't know. It doesn't really have like a title yet because I still don't know what the title of the movie is. The trailer is from, but I found this movie trailer in like film form it was at America's Thrift, right? You were there.
Yeah, I don't know if it was at America's Thrift or if it was at like that estate sale we went to on our street.
Was it? It had like no, because I remember peeling off like a sticker tag.
Okay, I could be wrong.
I think it was from, because I think that was why I was so like, because it cost me like $2 or something.
Yeah.
It cost me some like ridiculously minuscule amount of money.
But I feel like we found it in some like not our normal place. For
Maybe
some
not.
reason.
Fuck, I wish I
Anyway,
had the goddamn
we found it like thrifting or
antiquing or something. But it was like stupid cheap, and like it said on the tag, I think, what the movie was.
It had a name on there, yeah.
But I didn't ring any bells to me, but I grabbed it, and so I'm in the process of basically cutting it all up into my protector sized pieces, and also scanning it into my computer so that I can like see all of it like digitally at one time, or not at one time. There's way too much of that. Like right now I'm like 530 something scans in, like individual scans, and like I mean there's still like the vast majority that I have not got to yet. So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Basically the idea is to, by taking this like, which is already a complete narrative that's been broken up into either some form of essential quote unquote parts, to highlight its like best features to get people to come to theaters to watch it. So it's this larger narrative that's been chopped down into this smaller thing, and then I'm taking that narrative and chopping it down into even like smaller pieces, and like potentially like rearranging it and like to make new narrative, and like putting it into new context with each other and out of context from like where it comes from and stuff like that. So like potentially, I mean, this could go on for like years. Like I don't really know how much content, like how much art can really, I mean, it just depends on what scenes are here, like what emotions and stuff are present. But like so far, I mean, I've already got ideas for like at least 3 or 4 like smaller, like 5 to like 15 photo series, that are just kind of like all together, but like are like looking at different, like trying to get to different aspects. But yeah, it's slow going. I mean, I've been at it for, I don't even remember where I got it from. So I've been at it for a long time.
Yeah, several months.
Gotta love that COVID pandemic depression. We're working through it, we're working through it.
That's all we can do.
Oh, fuck, shit. The good thing about it is that it's color positive film, which basically means that it's very hard to like, I mean, without like, unless you like deliberately like, you know, smush it or like scratch it, it's not gonna get super fucked up. And it's also really easy to see what's on it, because it's already positive. Usually you kind of have to like, I don't know, it's not like you can't see what's on it, but it's just kind of hard to look at and figure out what's actually being shown to you on negative film. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing.
Well, it's very cool.
Yeah, you know, I like to think so. I like to think it's interesting.
I hope it's filled all the way with film and doesn't cut off at a certain point.
I mean, I've unrolled it pretty farther than where I'm at cutting it right now, just to see like what it, like if it, because at first it was just a bunch of like weird like shit that didn't make any sense, and I was just like, is this, like, I'm in for it, like I'm here. If this is just like some like weirdly mislabeled thing, but it's like New Line Cinema, like.
Is it really?
Yeah, like that's the opening, like the producers or whatever are New Line Cinema. So it's like, whenever it came out, it was some form of like. It
was well funded, yeah.
Yeah, it was at least well funded, if not well received. But I think it's got something to do with space.
Yeah, from what I've seen, from what you showed me, it's definitely space oriented.
It's got some space. It's got some like. It seems like it's old, like a time. Like not the 2010s or whatever, but like not like the 70s or before either. It's like maybe like 90s or like maybe early 2000s set, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard to tell, but like some of the tech is like really old looking, which was weird. Like there was like a radio or something that was like really like outdated looking. I was gonna post it on Instagram at some point, but I just haven't gotten around to it. Because I want to know if it's like actually, see if anyone can tell me if that's like actually like a real radio, or if it's like made up for the movie. But yeah, you know, so it's a lot of just like I do this a lot when I'm at work. Oh, those get really fucking dark. I'm just gonna not worry about that right now. I do it a lot at work because there's just long periods of time when like I don't have that much going on, like especially like rainy days and stuff, like when we're not very busy, and I've like, you know, already been caught up on like rolling grams or rolling pre-rolls and packing grams.
Mm-hmm.
Rolling pre-rolls and packing grams.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of where I like crank it out the most. The sad thing is I was not really thinking about it and I scanned the first like, I don't know, like 450 or something, like a lot, at a really low DPI.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was just thinking in my head, like, I'm just going to scan these to figure out which ones I want to use. And then I'll go back and scan the ones that I actually want. The thing about that is, there's so fucking many of these things.
Yeah, to keep track and organize.
That to keep track is going to be like, and I was trying to do them all like in order, like so they stayed like in order of the film, which I'm still trying to do. It's just like it took me a long time to figure out. The scanner scans and like it's weird. Like you have like two rows, like these two rows of film, and then this one, when you put it on the scanner, it gets flipped. So it's the first one that gets scanned, and then it scans from the bottom up. And it's just like, for whatever reason, it didn't make like logical sense to me for the longest time. It still doesn't really make logical sense that it scans like that. So some of them are out of order. I think I've got it locked in now for the most part. But yeah, so at like the 450 or something mark, I started just scanning them at like standard DPI, which takes a good bit longer, which is both like good and bad because it allows for me to do other things like in the meantime, like edit some of them and get them ready for like potential like idea boards or what. I don't really make idea boards, but like I make like sketch outs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it also like means that I can't chug away at it quite I used to be able to do like 200 in like a couple hours because it took like less than 10 minutes to
scan them all.
to do like 18.
Yeah.
But now it takes like 20 minutes to do 18. So it's just like it's a give and take, but I don't have to do it twice. So like I've never understood. A lot of places do they like develop film for people and like scan it at like 720, which is fine for screens.
Mm-hmm.
Like 72 is what. So you scan at like one place above. So if you want 320 when you print it, you scan at 3200. If you want 72 on a screen, you scan it at 720. Because it reduces down. You don't want to like add new stuff, but you can subtract stuff without losing quality. So a lot of places just scan at 720, but that's like not helpful for a print artist because it's like, why? I don't want that. Those scans are useless to me.
Yeah.
And it's just like a thing that, I mean, I guess it's useful for a lot of people that just like shoot film and then put it on like Instagram and stuff. Like that's fine. But like for me, I have to like, I just request no scans because it costs A, more money to get scans, and B, more money to get high quality scans. When I just bought a scanner for like $150. And
just do it yourself.
Yeah, it just pays for itself. I mean, with this project, it pays for its fucking self.
Oh yeah.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah, this would have been.
I was getting someone else's scan on this shit. That'd be insane.
Yeah, so much fucking money.
Yeah, but that's kind of like the main thing in my practice I'm working on right now. I mean, I'm just kind of like otherwise like remodeling my website and I'm doing some. Actually yesterday I started this when we were at Cloudland. Doing some photos that are just like color and like texture influenced. It's like getting a lot of like close-ups of stuff to sell as just like kind of cheaper prints or like a book of just like textures. So that's also something I'm interested in with my like background, and I've always been like really weird about like the texture and stuff is really important to me. And when I was younger, it was like detrimental. Like there were like things I wouldn't eat because of the way there's still things I don't like to eat because of their texture, but the things like wouldn't eat and like they like freaked me out and stuff. The texture, so like texture and like the sensory, has always been important to me. So I'm kind of like, while I'm sort of doing the grunt work on this, I'm sort of thinking about that as a potential next foray into like a new project. Mostly, I think it would mostly be like a for prints project, not necessarily. I mean, I don't know if it goes better than expected. Like maybe something, or it's like received better than expected. It might go into the like potential submission for,
like shows
and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's cool. Not really what I'm like imagining it for. Imagining it mainly just to like make like a print series.
Yeah. Yeah, which would be cool. I saw you getting a lot of fungus and
fungus and like the pine needles and like tree bark, and there was some cool stuff. All of them was dope yesterday.
Oh yeah, no, it was sick. It was really cold, but once we got going,
it was cool. Once I got moving, I was
fine.
I was like warm.
Yeah, I had to take my hood down. Yeah. Also, I couldn't hear with my hood up, which was
And there was no one else there also, like hardly, which was like super nice. Like there were people coming to like the overlook at the top, but like we passed maybe like 4 other people on the trail, like 4 other groups on the trail down, and like almost we didn't pass anybody on the rim trail.
No. Well,
there was someone coming
when we were out there, when we were like out on the rock. Oh,
that's true. There was like a couple that
passed by, but that was the only.
That was the only. Yeah, it's a good trail, but it's a long trail. If we weren't so hungry,
I know,
I would have continued.
Had to go get those. What was it? Los Three
Los Three
Amigos.
Amigos.
Los Three
Yeah.
Amigos.
It's fucking
Outside's
God,
not the
it was-
best looking, but you get
It was
inside and
delicious. You're in
you're
a classic
right there.
Mexican restaurant.
Classic,
You know?
and it was good.
It was delicious. It was delicious. They had the fried, burnt, crispy ends on the on the.
We had the
chicken.
same thing.
We had the exact same thing. It's kind of like we got different beers.
Different beers, yeah.
Because I always get the best part about the Mexican restaurant for me is the mug that the beer comes in.
Yeah,
It's frosted.
the frosted.
It's like a big heavy that's why I always get a draft. But yeah, I just like went. He kept saying the names of the beers they had on draft, but he would like trail off by the last one. So I got him to repeat the last one. Turns out he wasn't trailing off. He was just mumbling through the word Blue Moon.
Yeah, he didn't say Blue Moon.
Yeah, and so I got that one because I was like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, you got it. You're like, oh, damn.
It was really fucking good.
That was good.
And then on my receipt it said Blue Moon, and I was like, yeah. I think it was like a certain kind of Blue Moon though, because it they used a grapefruit, which usually it's like an orange peel, like orange. So I think it might have been like and it was also kind of like lighter than like I don't know. It was really good. That's
I
all
had a
can say about it.
Modelo.
Had a Modelo.
With
I was
lime.
gonna get like a Modelo or Corona, but they don't ever have that on draft.
No.
So, which I guess like no one does.
Yeah, I don't think so. Who has Modelo on draft?
I don't know, but someone should. That
I'd
place,
hit 'em up.
I mean, Fountainhead probably does. That place. In
Yeah, they had-
Southside.
Damn near everything.
Yeah. We should go get a beer after this.
Should. If only it was Stein night. I got a Stein today.
You got a Stein. It's not clean though. I don't have a Stein.
Not yet. I
I
cleaned
mean, I
it
can still
up.
take my Tiger Stein.
Yes! The Tiger Stein's
The
so
Tiger
cool.
Stein.
God.
It sounds, when you say it, like Tiger Stein. It sounds really
Tigerstein.
like German and like a little bit Nazi. It's not like that.
No,
I
it's a
promise.
cartoon
It's
with
like
tiger.
it's like when you went to the circus when you were a kid and you got like, I think they gave you like cotton candy or something in it. It wasn't like a drink. Like that was, it didn't come.
No.
It wasn't. It was like something like Dippin' Dots came in it. Or some shit like that, but it's like a little crouching tiger, and it's like a head splits at the mouth and like comes up like a Stein, you know, but also like a mouth.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm prepared to be a legend.
Hey man, if we find another one,
Dude, we might
because we
know.
have before.
We should just look online. We should just look on Amazon.
Yeah, but
I mean, yeah, it's like better when you find it. Don't get me wrong. The
I know
joy
we
of
should have
the-
just bought it. We've literally found them like twice.
Really?
Yeah, we found an exact copy and then one that was white.
I was gonna say, I know we found a white tiger one. I didn't know we found a.
Yeah, we found an exact copy at once at America's and once at the other one.
At
I don't know what it's called.
Providence.
Yeah,
Yeah, should have gone to Providence today.
should get on Providence.
We still could. They don't close till 8.
Times.
Anyway,
Got Steins. It's got
Got
quails
Steins.
on it,
got
and it's
quails on it.
massive. But I think it's
Yes.
porcelain, so it might break.
it might. I got my dad. That might be the Stein we're thinking about. Might have been the Stein that I bought for my dad, and just like had at the house for a little while before I took it home.
Maybe.
Because I don't. So we think that I owned a Stein,
I'm almost certain you did.
but we don't know where it is. It's not here. I don't know why it would be here, but I've looked everywhere else that I thought it might be.
Yeah.
It's not there. But yeah, we need to find Stein because when they have Stein night, I don't know. I kind of just want to take the Tiger
Because
Stein,
Odd
honestly.
Story, downtown chat.
Local brewery. It's honestly like low key, high key. I would say the best brewery in Chattanooga. Am I humble? I mean, not so humble, but also not super educated opinion.
I mean, maybe not the most educated, but like,
I mean, I drink a lot of beer.
yeah, go out and drink a decent bit of beer, and I like to go to
And
breweries.
we like to go to nice places to drink beer and breweries and
Yeah, and they
I
definitely.
would say, just the range of how many they have.
They always have a beer for you.
They're all their own beers, which is cool because some places also have other people's beers sometimes, which is like cool, but like not what I'm here for, you know. And then they're constantly coming out with new seasonal beers and
Always.
stuff. Like every couple of weeks, they've got like a new fucking thing. It's like all limited, you know, like the new ones. But like they're, you know, they stick around for long enough that you have an opportunity to try them.
Yeah, a lot of them fucking great.
And they've got like what, like 10 or 12 like beers that are always there.
Mm-hmm.
And then they've probably got like anywhere from like another 2 to another like 5 or 6 that are like rotating all the time. They're always different too. And they have some like yearly ones they bring back, but they're also like always doing like innovative new stuff.
Yeah. But they have Steinheit.
But they have Steinheit. They also have, they're one of the only breweries that has a consistently like good like events. Like they've got like a really good trivia night. They do the Stein night. They do like, they have a sour night. They have like, they do really cool giveaways. They have really good pizza.
Yeah,
Weirdly
yeah,
enough.
they do.
Don't really know.
I don't think I've ever had it, but I've seen
It's
it.
delicious.
And it looks great.
It's delicious. I think
Yeah.
I think it was me and Mike have gotten food there before.
I mean, handmade,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just your classic.
Yeah, I mean tossed,
Pizza.
you know, when you ordered it,
Mhm.
all that stuff. That's one thing about Chattanooga. We don't have we have a lot of really good pizza.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Like Community Pie is really good. Southside Pizza is really good. Luby's is good. Odd Story is Odd Story's not. It's not like a.
It's not a pizza
I
place,
wouldn't
but
think about going there just for pizza, but you totally could. Like,
Aaliyah's does pizza.
Aaliyah's is really good. Fucking Fiamma is really good.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of we don't have a lot of like diversity when it comes to food.
Not hugely.
Not huge. I mean, not as much as like other cities our size. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good Asian places.
You just kind of have to you gotta be from here, have been here for a while, or know someone, or be willing to
You just gotta
put in
try
the
'em
work
all, yeah.
to do the research and figure out which ones are actually good. Because there's some that are really good, and there's some that are just are definitely not.
There was one in East Ridge that used to be good, but then it passed down to the Sun, and he changed it up. It's not nearly as good
What's
anymore.
it called?
Oh,
Mr.
can't
Wok
remember.
is pretty good.
Mr. Wok's really good.
Asian cafeteria. It's not bad. It's just bland. It just
Tayasan.
wasn't that bland. I've never been to Tayasan. I don't think so.
I feel like that's where we got the curry, right?
Oh, was that a Tayasan?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then yeah, Tayasan.
Tayasan's really good.
I was thinking about. Never mind. I was thinking about Sweet Basil. I've never been to Sweet Basil.
No,
That's
I've been to
apparently
Sweet
really
Basil.
good.
Apparently they're really good.
There's a couple good. I mean, there's the Indian place downtown was really good.
The Shangri-La downtown's pretty good.
Shangri-La, yeah.
They have good sushi.
Mm-hmm. The Indian place in East Ridge is also the Taj Mahal or whatever that place is called. Is also really, really good.
Yeah.
Did you go there that one time with me and Mike and Jack, maybe Jared or Joe? I don't know. Went there one time and it was awesome. I paid a shitload of money because I wanted goat. Goat's really good. I had goat in Africa for the first time. And it's like don't judge me for eating goat until you had goat. It's delicious. Very succulent.
Lamb. Get us some lamb. Get us some lamb steaks.
I've only had one experience with lamb and it was not positive.
I'll make us some good lamb.
I believe you. I'll let it happen. What do I have to lose?
I don't know. I have a pretty good track record.
Pretty good
Even if it's not great,
with
it's good.
Meat. At least meat for sure.
Oh yeah, at least with meat.
Yeah, for sure.